All right, so today is Friday, the 10th of March, 2023, and the time is 3:32 p.m. in the afternoon. So I'm going to drive back around to the test center so that we can start the route at exactly on the road where you'd be starting it on your test. This is a very lazy parking. Seriously? Damn. The level of laziness I see drivers do sometimes, I just can't explain it. Okay, it's waiting, so we can continue. As you can see right there, he's got a wrong signal on. And this is exactly the kind or type of drivers you would meet in this area, believe me. So be prepared for it. Right, so on your test day, you'll be starting on this road. So if you've parked here or if you've parked over there, this is it. So we're turning left, and that's the test center right there. So we're going to be turning left. Seriously? So the car we saw earlier on is moved off now. So literally that person just parked there the way he or she left that car, just to do whatever it is they want to do, and they couldn't spare that 1 minute or less to at least park the car properly. Okay, anyway, so we're turning right. Okay, it's not a turn, but I have signaled, but that's not a problem. So it's just a bend. So I mean, if you ask me, the driving test here, the problem you're gonna have is not actually the road, it's the people. So keep that in mind. The problem is not the road, it's the people you're gonna have to look out for. And when I say the people, I mean both pedestrians and drivers. So here you're going to be turning right, so just remain in the right lane. If you were going straight ahead, remember, position yourself properly, stay in the left lane. There you go. So I spotted her just as she was coming off that pavement. You've got to be prepared for situations of what if she didn't stop? Would you be able to react safely and on time? Okay, it's fine. So again, right there is not a zebra crossing, so don't treat it like if it's a zebra crossing. Look out, keep an eye on them, be prepared to stop and anticipate the way they're walking, the speed they're walking at. Does it look like they're going to stop? Does it look like they were just going to go into the middle? Or does it look like they're just going to run through it? So those are the decisions you've got to be making. You can't treat everyone as the same, because you've gone through that situation before and someone didn't stop. So every time you get to an island that's not a zebra crossing, you stamp the foot on the brake. No, you can't do that. You've got to anticipate, treat people accordingly, look at them and try and read them, like their movements, their dressing. I mean, it's not difficult as it sounds, because you might be thinking, oh, I'm gonna need a lot of time. I'm gonna need a lot of time to do all of that, but no. Yep, so as you can see, make sure you double check on the zebra crossings. Don't rush through it as soon as one person is crossed. Look around again and make sure no one is about to jump into it. Come on. So if you remember this road, we came through this road on episode 2, but we've come through it from another direction on this route. So yep, this is how some of the test routes are. You're gonna come across the same roads, but then maybe from a different direction to intersect into it. So plan ahead for the bus. Signal is still on to the left. Check the right mirror, preparing to pass it, but then make sure it is safe before you do so. So those kids are still going off, but Okay, right time, make sure that signal remains on. There you go. If you can't do that safely, don't rush it. Probably consider holding back. If you don't turn, and you could have, maybe worst case scenario, if examiner thinks you should have gone there, you get a minor fault. But if you decide to take that chance there and then you do it wrongly and that bus moves off and you have to brake or examiner has to brake, then you've got no second chance. It's a serious fault. So these are things you've got to think of before making decisions. What's the worst case scenario? What's the worst case scenario? What could happen, or what's the worst that can happen if you don't do it? And what's the worst that can happen if you do it? So worst case scenario, if you do it and you do it wrong, serious fault. If you don't do it at all and you could have, maybe a hesitation and it's a minor fault. So you choose one. School street ahead, restricted access. Oh, restricted access. So if you go left between 8:30 and 9:15, you can't use that road on the left, and between 2:45 and 3:45. So which means at this time you shouldn't be turning left into this road. Now that's information for you if you're driving locally in these roads. You don't want to be paying unnecessary tickets. The economy is tough enough. Save some money. Make sure you're reading those signs. These things have all popped up around the country since COVID, and councils are making money from it because many drivers don't read those signs. So remind yourself. Now examiners would take you around and avoid those roads and that, but if you're driving on your own after you pass, would you be aware of it? That's the question. Okay, I have enough time. Not really, the speed is quite too much and I don't want to rush out into the road considering the space I've got in between the cars on the left. Okay, nothing after the grey car, so there you go. So plan your junctions, relax and think ahead and ask yourself those questions. Look out for the gaps. So mini roundabout ahead, we are turning right, second exit. Okay, it's going out. Okay, give way line. Remember, if any cars passing from the right, you've got to be waiting for them there. So going straight at this roundabout. And that's just as simple as that. And then ahead we are turning right, so I'm going to change lane now, go into the right lane. Now, the way this roundabout ahead is laid out, looks like if you can actually take the second exit from the left lane, considering that the second exit is on the right hand side of the road. But because there is no arrow directing you to which lane to take to what exit, it makes it a little bit confusing. So I kind of messed up here as well. So, and this is what can happen if you're not used to the area or familiar to the area, which you see happen to me here. So I'm going to come back around this roundabout and do this again in a separate video, just a short video to rectify that mistake and then put it up separately. So keep that in mind. But whatever the case is, make sure you keep to the left as much as possible, because as you exit the roundabout, the road kind of become 3 lanes randomly without no floor marking dividing the left lane and the middle lane. So keep this in mind, but I will do that video separately anyway. So click the link and watch it. And as you can see here now, because this is not a test and I didn't do anything dangerous at all, no one is marking or, assessing me, I kind of have no problem, going through that roundabout, even though I was not really sure of what lane to be on, but I managed to get through it safely. But this is where it becomes a problem if it was a test, because you're being assessed and it becomes unfair at this point. So even if you had gone through it safely like I did, then you might still end up with either a minor or serious fault for lane positioning or lane discipline at the roundabout. And that's the whole point of all of these videos, because there are things that, a regular daily driver could do on the road that's normal, but then if you do it on your test, you get penalized for it, and that's the reality of life. Sometimes it's unfair. So, yep. That's the reason for familiarizing yourself with the test route. You need to remember to give way to any vehicles coming from your right there. Now that line is faded, so keep that in mind. So you might not see it on your test, especially if you're not relaxed. And then from this point, you're joining the A406. Now this road is 50, but I haven't seen any sign whatsoever telling me it's 50. So keep that in mind. So there you go, A406. So this is a good opportunity where you might be told to follow the signs to barking. If you look on the sign, you'd see that in half a mile, the left lane is going to be exiting for Barking and East Time, A124. So which means if you're in the left lane at this point, you need to start finding a way to get yourself into the middle lane. So plan ahead. So I need to move into the right lane because we're not exiting. So it's safe on the right. The driver's giving me way as well. So now keep that in mind. You don't want to be in that lane as you come to this slip road ahead of us. So we need to keep left after this entrance here. So what I normally do in traffic, if I want to change lane, for a learner you want to signal earlier. If you're not confident with dealing with the road, then hopefully someone is going to give you way. Or if you're more experienced, you know that's more likely to keep you in this lane for longer than necessary. So you just have to keep paying attention to that mirror and looking for an opportunity, and once it's safe and you can go in, you get yourself in there. But if you delay, you hold back, it's not going to happen. But right now it seems like the best bet would be having to beg for way, which is signaling and hoping someone is going to be nice. So signal is on, that car isn't moving yet, I'm going to start pushing my head in slightly. There you go. So eventually it is safer for him to wait, and he's done that nicely, so thank you. Now that would be a lot easier if there's no traffic to change lane to the left. But if there is traffic, then yeah, you've got to just put that signal on while you keep an eye on your mirror to know when someone's giving you way or when it is safe to go in. So just like the white car ahead, as you can see, same thing. He or she is hoping someone is going to give way. So I'll be the nice one. There you go. Don't sit in there and hold up that lane without signal on. Put the signal on, then people would understand why you're holding up or why you're holding back. Remember, your signal is your way of communicating with other road users. When you put it on, they know what you intend to do, and then they can make a decision if they want to give you away or not. But remember, you can't force your way in there, though. It's not the safe way to do it. But I'm sure you see it along the road. But yeah, that's not going to pass you on your test, unless if your examiner is having a good day, feeling so excited, and they probably say, hey, let's get it. It happens, trust me. Examiner, you know, because the traffic is very heavy, and the realistic thing would be to drive like an experienced driver. So examiner comes in at that point, you know, and just help you through with some energy and some inspiration on what to do. Say, we're gonna have to push at this point, so go now, you got a chance, go, it's safe, go, go, go. So as you can see, this is quite some traffic, which I don't think you want to be sitting in such a traffic on your test for too long. Then you're just gonna have your test being rescheduled because there was too much traffic. So be careful what you wish for. If you wish for heavy traffic, then the examiner might not just have enough opportunity to actually assess how you drive, like how capable you are with dealing with different situations on the road, because you spent most of the time in traffic. And if that's the case, they would have to reschedule your test. So don't pray for heavy traffic, pray for light one. I might just keep you stuck in traffic for a few minutes, you know, here and there. 2 minutes here, 3 minutes there, 2 minutes here. That's better than 5 whole minutes on one road or 10 whole minutes. So remember, signal to join the road. And we're going to be exiting in 350 yards. And 40, 120, 110. I can see it now. And we're taking the next road on the left. There is another example. Pulled up very badly. Remember the priority system here. You've got priority over oncoming vehicle, unless if they are already committed, then yes, give them way to complete through that road, and then you can continue after that. Now be aware as well that sometimes while you're waiting for one vehicle, the driver behind will run in as well, so there's nothing you can do. Just be safe, be patient, continue after them when it's safe. Temporary traffic light ahead. And then at the roundabout ahead, we're going to be taking the first exit left. Okay. Okay, it's clear on the right. Signal back on. Traffic light is green. The pedestrian, I saw them because I looked through the A pillar, so sometimes remember you might have to lean back a bit to see through the pillars because they sometimes can block your view. So if you're just sitting in one same position, that won't help your visibility, so move your neck and back around to try and see through the pillar. So at the next roundabout, we're taking the second exit. So let's see if this is another weird roundabout. But the way it looks like we're gonna have to keep right from what I see on the screen. So let's see. So at this roundabout ahead, again, there is no clear floor markings telling you which lane not to or to use. So you use your normal positioning, keep to the right to turn right. And as you pass the first exit, check your mirror and start repositioning yourself, moving closer to your left to exit the roundabout. I mean, clearly I could have done this better, and I would be doing a separate video, just a short one again on this roundabout again. So keep this in mind. Again, these are things that, merely can be done on a normal daily driving, and nothing is seen as anything wrong about what I've just done. But then on a test, that could be an issue of positioning for your your lane positioning. So yeah, keep that in mind. wary of that car beside me there. They might want to try and run past to beat me to it. People do that. So at the traffic light, it looks like we're going straight, which is going to be the second exit. So A124. So if you look on the signboard here, yes, the first exit is actually A123, so Ilford, and the second exit is Romford, A124, and that's what we've got on the sat nav. So again, let's assume you're doing independence driving. An examiner says follow the signs to Romford, A124. Then you should see it right there. It is the second exit on the left. So don't signal left yet until you actually, so see, go straight across this lane into the next lane, so which is the second lane from your left. Yeah, this is where it becomes tricky. Exits like this. There you go. I mean, if you know what you're doing and you're looking ahead, it seems and looks very simple. But if you're not relaxed and you're nervous, of course, as you're doing your test, then that can be very complicated and you will mess it up. And I'm hoping this is why the video is there to help you in situations like that. Now don't forget this giveaway junction here. Okay, it's clear. And then we've got to turn left here. So you can only go left, but I would signal left anyways, just in case a pedestrian is standing here. Then they will know that I'm turning left, because don't forget, I know I can only turn left, but a pedestrian standing there might not know that. So that signal would help them. Right, so this is the delicate side. So we're doing a U-turn on this roundabout. So let's try and figure it out. So you need to be in the right lane. We're going A123. So let's look at the sign. As you can see, it's really just coming back into this road. So this is where it becomes tricky. Okay, now if in your situation, or if in your case you're just like me, you've not done this before, it could be tricky. But at least I'm glad, because you're watching this video, then you would have seen it. So let's see how we're going to deal with that. But first thing first is keeping into the right lane. But we're going all around, and I'm going to pay attention, see if I can see the floor markings on time to be able to change lane. But if I can't change lane safely, I will just follow direction on the lane I'm sitting on at that moment or at that time. So we're turning right, going all around. 1, 2, 3, 4, fourth exit. Okay, so going to the right lane over here. Mind this light, I can still go through it safely, and I would follow it here. Should I be here? I would. A124, what is that showing? I think I would stay on this in the middle lane for now. I don't want to get caught up. Now be mindful of the driver over there. Yep, that's fine. And then remember, no, that's not the best. Not the best. Yeah, I think it is. I just need to position more better. Okay, I'm gonna come back around. We're gonna do this again. Now I've done that safely because I'm looking around and all that. I haven't, obstructed anyone, change lane. But this is the problem. An examiner might say you've just changed lane in between the roundabout, even though it was not actually affecting anyone now. So this is all we've got to learn how to do it properly. And on the floor thing is saying A124. So yeah. So we're gonna go back around and do that again. So guys, we are now coming to the end of the tests or the test route. So yeah, as you can see, I believe you've seen that I made a little bit of mess here and there in terms of those roundabouts. And this is exactly the whole point. I'm trying to show you firsthand what can happen on your test if you're not familiar with the area. I mean, everyone does it here and there, now and then, also when you find yourself in unfamiliar territories. But on your test, it becomes a little bit more tricky than that because you're not relaxed and you haven't got that time to be able to figure out if can I do it here or there, or can I make it this way and not be penalized for it. So all of that makes it more complicated because you know that you are being assessed, you see. So that's why we are doing this, so that we can familiarize ourselves with the areas and be able to do it better on the test. So at least at this point, learn what has gone wrong so that we can work on it and then be better when you come for your test. So don't forget, click on the links above or below in the comment box, because I'll be leaving the links to those videos in there. So click them, particularly this fifth exit one. I'm gonna put the link there as well, so check it and see. It is actually a lot more simple, and if you notice there that the floor marking is actually quite confusing. As you come past the third exit, or as you're passing the third exit, the floor marking is only showing 124. We're actually going to 123. But anyways, we'll leave that for the next video for the roundabout. So don't forget, like the button, click the like button, share if you need to, or if you got someone who's doing barking, and leave a comment below if you got any questions. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, because I'm going to be putting more videos for barking, and I'll be doing the surrounding test routes as well. So one state, Chingford, Tottenham and Wood Green. So if you've got any interest in any of those test centers, then yes, you might want to click the subscribe button so that you get notification whenever I post some of these videos. So thanks again for watching, and I hope you find this video useful. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.